What is up, everybody? I'm back again. I'm gonna tell you something. Let me just tell you. Sometimes I just don't like driving. Not because of me driving, but because of other people on the road. Sometimes they just get in my way and they maneuver into my way and I just can't get around them and they drive me crazy. So, I was on my way home from work yesterday. I start driving, right? And, I come to my stop sign and I drive and I take a right. And there's a stoplight ahead. Well, I start going. This guy pulls out in front of me. He's going like 2, and it's green. He's going like 2 miles an hour. And I slow down, and I'm like, okay, go so we can make the light. Go so we can make the light. And he's just going. It's like 30 feet away, and he's going so-so. He's going so-so. And I'm stuck behind him. And then right as he gets up to the light, he could have gone and stops. And then it turns red. So I was already mad. I was like, I threw my hands up. I'm like, what are you doing? Learn how to drive. And then I'm sitting there. And he doesn't even have a blinker on. So I'm like, okay, he's going straight. The light's red. And he goes right. So he screws me over by stopping and making me stop so I can't go. Because I got to turn left. I can't just turn left on red. And then he just goes right on red. Because you can do that because stupid. I start on my way home. And I start going. And I start getting on the highway. And this guy slows down right in front of me, puts his blinker on, and he's slowing down so much, and I'm like, okay, and it's a 2-lane, so he has to turn left over, but there's no cars coming, he's just stopping. He's just not going. And then finally, I'm like sitting there, I'm like, what the heck? What the heck? And then finally he turns. I'm like, okay, and I'm on the road, and this guy starts slowing down, and he slams on his brakes. So I slam on my brakes to stop, and then he turns his blinker on. He's like, yeah, I need to go this way. Like, he could have put his blinker on. He put it right as he was turning and then put it on. Like, that does not help me one bit. I had no idea you were turning that way. You just slammed on the brakes. So then, we've got that. So there's 3 people right now who are trying to kill me. And now I'm on the highway, and the speed limit's 60. And I'm going, and there's this guy going 50. He's going 50 miles an hour on a 60. And so I get right up behind him. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, okay, you know what? He went 50 the whole way there. And then I see my turn on the top of the hill. I'm like, I'm going to turn onto these dirt roads that nobody turns on. And then he throws his blinker on and he's going that way. So he goes that way. And I'm following him down the dirt roads and he's taking all my same turns. I'm like, oh, dang it. And then I look behind me. I'm like, oh, there's a car behind me. I didn't even know. How did he get there? He appeared behind me. Like, that's fine. And then I start driving. Finally, this guy goes left and I go right. I'm like, okay, this works. Well, that guy's following me. I'm like, hold on. I'm not home yet. I'm about 2 minutes out. And I start driving. I get to this crossroads, and I'm going down the hill and they just re-graveled. So I hit the brakes because I went over the hill, didn't know it. So I hit the brakes and I'm sliding a little bit. And then my truck stalls. It just out. So now my power steering's out, so I'm trying to control this big truck. I'm like, and so I hit the brakes and I stop and I put it in park. I start my truck again. I put it in drive and I hit the gas and it just goes. And I'm like, oh no! No! So then it dies again, and then I put it back in park and I go to start it again. Meanwhile, I'm looking back at this guy behind me. I don't know what he's doing. He's like, so here's me, right? And he's like behind me. He's going to my side. At one point, he went to the side of me and starts easing forward. And I'm like looking, I'm like, okay, either get past me, there's enough room. Either get past me or leave me alone so that I can get out of here and get home. And he and backs back up. I'm like, what are you doing? Either get by me, there's enough room, you can get by me. Or leave me alone. It's gonna take like 10 seconds. He was behind me for 10 seconds when he started doing all this. So then, I start it, and he starts going by me again. Well, I'm like, no, and I just hit the gas and take my turn. I'm like, whoa. He's just like, and then he's behind me and he's tailgating me. He gets like right up behind me and then goes and then is like doing this. And he's playing patty cake back there while I'm trying to get out of this situation. So anyway, I get home and like I see him pass me and I'm like, don't wave to me. Don't wave. Just go away. Leave me alone. And he's waving at me. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, you're the one who just tried to do all that mean stuff. Sometimes I just hate driving. Sometimes it's just the worst. And usually I can drive home with nobody interrupting or anything. But other people's kids.